And there you have it. My name is Werner Puchert, and this is Finding Frequency. So, the big news today is that Mr. Trump and his wife is now COVID positive, isolating, in quarantine. It's so funny. I was watching one of the liberal news networks, and, there's like serious stuff going on, and president has been exposed and he's being naughty and all these kind of things, and it's all true, it's all good. But then at some stage, with like super dramatic intensity, they were going, what's going to happen now because he's out of the game? Like, who's going to take care of business? And then I go like, but isn't the big concern that he's kind of shit at his job? The fact that he's now in quarantine could be a good thing. Sorry, I'm fooling around, but yeah, so that is the news of the day. That goes into the time capsule for my little boy and for us to ponder. Now he has the virus. But I must say that I'm a bit tainted at the moment, not swayed or kind of pushed into certain directions about the whole pandemic and what you should and should not do. I do what I need to do. I stay out of the way of other people because I don't want to affect anybody. I wear my little mask and I wash my hands and do all the things that I think I should be doing. But I want to share this though, because one of the things that I've spoken about a long time ago is that you always need to try and consider both sides of the story or different sides of the story. I mean, it's not always about just A and B or red and blue. There's different angles that you have to consider. And yesterday, during my course of work, I searched and I found, by mistake, a commentary by someone I respect, someone who I've worked with before, and someone who I believe analyzes the facts and doesn't easily fall for all these kind of weird conspiracy things. And he had a conversation with two other people. I think it was a podcast or a video cast. And they were debating and having a conversation about what is currently happening in South Africa and globally. How so many things have changed and there is no real consistency around how we are treating this virus. And perhaps the information which we are receiving about Sweden is not entirely correct. That perhaps they are doing the right thing by protecting the elderly and continuing with life as is. Now, I don't want to get into that because I haven't done enough research myself. So the thing I've learned from listening to them is to perhaps look at things again, analyze the facts and try and see what scientists are saying. Because getting it from cable news network, nowhere to where is not a really good way to approach things. But it makes me feel a little bit uncomfortable because this pandemic has hurt a lot of people. Yes, we have lost people because of this virus. But I think the other loss is income, job security, time away from family. Because for me, for example, I wanted to be with my family at the end of the year. That's not going to happen. That for me is a loss. Because every moment that you have your family is precious. I've lost that. I'm not happy about it. And I would be very uncomfortable and angry if I found out that something else other than science was behind the reason that I'm sitting here in my home. But perhaps it's time to also reassess where we are with this and like critically look at what's going on around us. I don't know how I'm going to approach it. And also when I was thinking about it this morning, and really I was sitting with my cup of coffee in my hand just thinking about, am I doing the right thing? Because lots of times my wife wants to go and do stuff and I say, no, we will stay at home. We have actively decided not to take our son back to a kindergarten to interact with other kids because in one way it's not just protecting him, it's because I don't know. I'd rather stand back and see what the wave is doing before I jump on the wave. Because far too many times we're just following the herd. Oh, we should all wear masks. Let's wear masks. We should not wear masks. We shouldn't wear masks. This, that, I don't know. And this is my experience from the beginning of this, because initially I was kind of trying to follow the science and react to that. And then I thought, if I can survive all this in 10 years' time, and I sit somewhere, hopefully next to a lake with a fishing rod in my hand, let's replace the fishing rod with a book or something digital. And we look back at this period of time, I wonder what we'll see. Will we see manipulative politicians? Will we see heroic frontline workers? Will we see that we've done the right thing, or will we see that we've done the wrong thing? I don't know. Like, I wish someone will tell me, what is the right thing? Or what is, how do you approach this? Because this is really difficult. I mean, for now, I'm sticking with my guns. If I can keep safe and I can at least keep other people safe and make sure that, like a lot of my family members who work in the front lines, that they are safe and not being overwhelmed, hey, let it be. I can go without all the socializing, says the introvert. But I think it's going to be interesting to try and look back on all this. I'm not doing this episode any justice. I think there's a bigger picture here that I'm struggling to articulate. And it's kind of milling around in my head today. Perhaps it's the weather, but perhaps it's a change in weather that is triggering these thoughts in my mind. And in a way, I don't want to pick a side, especially when it comes to the safety and health of my family. Because sometimes when you pick a side, you want to stick with the side and show your loyalty to the end. Hell no. I pick life. Cool. I've picked life. And now I'm going to go and pick up my brewing cup of coffee. Rubbing my hands together as we head into a weekend. Sun is not here. Sunny Bunny, my little boy, is still in the Jaki, the countryside. He's coming back on Sunday. That means that Martha and I can hopefully, as I clap my hands, go for a breakfast or a little bit of a stroll in Warsaw to the old town and do the things we can do when the little terrorist is not around. I hope you get to do the same. Let's go into this weekend. Thanks for listening.